Oh, got the button. All right. Hello. Good afternoon. This is Randy Carvin, Kirksville, Missouri, and this is Rant and Randy's Rant for the 25th of February. I got mail. I've been expecting this mail for some time, and I finally got it from the Internal Revenue Service through the Department of Treasury, telling us about and I noticed the date on it. It was February 5th, 2021, when this letter evidently was sent out. And what it was, I went back and checked. We got our payment of $1,200 issued by check. This is not as direct as it was when Donnie, uh, the former other guy, was in charge, other than he did put his name on the right hand corner of the check. Uh, but this goes through every possible way. You've got that second check, including ours was 2019 federal income tax return, or it says information you provided using non-filers tool. We did it by our 2019. That's another question we got coming up this year. We didn't pay out anything uh, to be getting any kind of money back on a federal return. So we're thinking we don't have to, it wouldn't be required. And since we already, Grace gets disability, I get retirement. I don't really see a need to pay our tax people a fee to tell us we're getting nothing back. I just thought I would throw that out there. This is the letter from Treasury through Internal Revenue Service. All right, where the hell are we going to start today? With both parties. They're both stinking right now. Two Democrats don't want to cooperate. Wherever they can, they're trying to throw a brick in and side with the Republicans. And a quick update on Tiger Woods to start out. Suffered compound fractures. This says both legs, but what I've been hearing, it was his right leg and his right ankle that were his right ankle was shattered. They had put together with pins. Oh, wait a minute, I'm reading the wrong side of the page. Okay, here we go. But in any case, everybody's been updated. He came through the surgery. He was responsive and awake, and that was yesterday. Um, GOP is a bunch of hypocrites. Uh, Civility? What the hell are they talking about? Mean tweets? This is about near a tandem. Uh, what about the years of Tweety Turd? Mean tweets daily, you damn hypocrites. So if they get their way, uh, and the help of Joe Manchin and one more Democrat, then the nearer tandem cannot be confirmed. Snowflakes. Uh, and snowflakes are taking it from the orange mobster, which might as well include Manchin in that and the other Democrat. Senator Roy Blunt, sorry, sack of shit from Missouri, defended Ron Johnson's. Good news about Roy Blunt, though, he's up for re-election, and that should be an election to send him home. Um, and next story I saw is how widespread is extremist in the military. Pentagon is going to deal with it. 27 in the insurrection were current or former military. Fox News again. Tucker Dogface Carlson claiming QAnon doesn't exist. It's the far left disinformation. Really? He actually said he couldn't find a website with anything with QAnon on it. Uh, and now the QAnon, which is Q and um, it's flip and anonymous. That's what that stands for. Q anonymous followers looking to March 4th for the Orange Mobster to be inaugurated on March 4th as the 19th president because of something in the 19th century, claiming that all presidents since were not legitimate, which means Donald Trump wasn't legitimate either. I guess they don't realize that. QAnon is tearing families apart. Conspiracy theories tearing families apart in 2021. Um, this is batshit crazy when you think about it. New evidence in fatal crash calls for South Dakota's AG to resign. I believe his name is Roundsberg. Doesn't feel that he should resign. His original story was he thought he hit a deer. Even Governor Nome is calling for him to resign. Unfortunately, in South Dakota, they do not have what he's going to be charged with is a misdemeanor because they don't have manslaughter as a law in South Dakota. And some of Rachel, remember all the things that happened during the months before the inauguration. Biden was not allowed briefings of the daily or the presidential daily briefings or any department fault helping the transition because uh, the other guy said he didn't lose the election. The only confirmation on January 20th was DNI Abel Haynes pledged to release um, unclassified report on the murder of Jamal Khashoggi. Remembering back to days after the murder, the Crown Prince was invited uh, Mnuchin to attend the Davos in the desert. Mnuchin canceled the trip because of public pressure, and then he turned right around and was at the meeting. They have pictures of him with Bonesaw Salmon. 1 month out of office, Donald's former Treasury Secretary expected to launch investment fund seeking backing of Persian Gulf states. This is what fascists do. Our government under the other guy was full fascists doing what they could for themselves, and probably the other guy getting a cut of the action. I would not doubt that. Uh, Mnuchin cut short his tour of the Middle East and Africa after January 6th, but continued again up until leaving office. Donnie's tax returns and banking records will be turned over to Mazars from Mazars USA to grand jury in Manhattan DA's investigation. Steve Bannon investigation steams on for possible federal and state charges. Federal, he was pardoned, but state charges can be pursued. Donald Trump Jr. deposed in D.C. AC probe or AG probe 2017 inauguration funds, in which him and Ivanka both, who has already been deposed, uh, were using funds from that's nonprofit where they put that together. They were overcharging at the DC hotel and charging that fund. For example, I heard one of their rooms was normally $11,000 a night or 3 hours, whatever the time period is. They charged $75,000. Uh, Ivanka Trump, like I said, has already been deposed in that case. DeJoy reveled in plans to slow the mail and and even more, and it has been slow, and raise the postal rate. He reveled in that Joe Biden can't fire him directly, and it would be on the board of governors of the Postal Service. So yesterday, Biden announced his nominee for that board, and it's just a matter of going through each nominee and get rid of the Donnie appointed nominees. Um, Representative Jay Paul talked about on Rachel delivering on the $15 minimum wage in the Senate on the COVID-19 relief bill. The decision from the parliamentarian Elizabeth McDonnell could come late tonight, or it didn't come, or today. She's still making a decision on that. Jay Paul expressed the Democrats had to deliver on that promise and use every tool in the toolbox to deliver on it. It would not look good to go into 2022. Well, we promised and we tried, but we couldn't get the minimum wage raised. Woman accused of stealing Nancy Pelosi's laptop appears in a video making a Nazi salute. Riley Williams on Twitter. Williams was open about her white nationalist belief. Williams showed a willingness to use anti Semitic slurs. Her lawyers said the video was meant as a joke. For God's sake. But denied whether or wouldn't deny or agree that that was his client. By the tattoos that were observed, it was her. Uh, and I heard today the AG of South Dakota does not intend to. I think I already covered that. Uh, and like I said, South Dakota doesn't have a manslaughter law. Wonder why? I guess they still think they're in the Wild West. Uh, all right, but Joe Biden said they would go by what Elizabeth McDonald don't. I have trouble with that. Donnoughh. They would go by her decision. If she says no, and there's no way that they can do a standalone bill because the Republicans won't go for it, and neither would Manchin. So we would get defeated that way. But they're talking about if they can get rid of the filibusters, there's still ways they can go around that. Uh, People deserve to have a $15. The Republicans have always sided against any kind of raise in the minimum wage. In 2012, the minimum wage in the United States was $5.15. It then went up to $7.25 under Obama, but they bitched the whole way. That would just ruin the economy and shut down small businesses. It didn't do it. But they're always going to pull for it. Oh, you can't increase the money. You can't have people actually support themselves. Hell, 725 wasn't supporting people back then in the first damn place. This would help a lot, and it has to be done. Uh, and I don't think it should be phased in. People can afford it. It increases business. It increases hiring employees because of that. This is long overdue, brothers and sisters, and it needs to be done. Well, that's about all I've got for today for you. I want you to go down and like and share. Keep in mind, it's not only their party, it's our party we have to worry, and we have to hold their feet to the fire as well. Uh, like I said, Manchin is up for reelection, so maybe West Virginia better think about a more progressive Democrat, one that is a Democrat and not a uh, Republican siding Democrat. That's all about power. That's all he wants to do. He wants to keep his power in the Senate. All right, that's it. Go down, like, share. If you're new here, subscribe. Hello, George. And yeah, I remember in the late '60s, George. My first job, I made $1.60 an hour. I was a copy boy for the Atlanta Journal in Atlanta, Georgia. Let's see what else. I see someone out there that, and yo, back at you. I can't quite see from here. That print is mighty small. Well, hello, Diana. Glad to have you. Uh, Maybe it should be, but that's basically the same thing they did uh, back at first, going from 515 to 725 an hour. The idea was to phase it in. My point is, it didn't kill business, and um, hello. Uh, but we'll see how that goes. It probably, if it does go in effect, Diana, it'll probably be phased in. That's more or less what President Biden was talking about. And basically, that's what the administration is about. They can't walk away from this and not do anything. It's got to be raised. It's not fair for, I know people that are working two jobs. Some people are working three jobs just to get by. All right, that's about all I got. Like I said, like, share, subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you on the other side of this. I will be putting out my PayPal information a little later on. I think Grace wants to run to the store. We'll get a couple of TV dinners. I want to get back, maybe late to the uh, Blue Dot family meeting, but I will be there. I always like to share it to the groups that I'm administrator on. So I will see you later on. And all of you, stay away from nasty people. Wear your mask. If you got it, double mask. It's more dangerous than ever out there right now. And of course, don't go into crowded places. And if you do, make sure there's social distancing and stay away from nasty people. Wear gloves when you put gas in your car. You don't know who's been handling that pump handle. So be safe And I will see you again tomorrow on the Friday show. Everybody knows what happens on Friday. So I will see you then and see you later at the meeting. Peace, resist, persist, and I insist we hold both parties, not only ours, but the Republicans, uh, keep their feet to the fire. That's the way you get change. Public pressure does a lot. I've talked about it a lot because it does work. All right. Have a good one. I want you to share this shit also. Bye bye. Share this shit.